Hello everyone and welcome back to more Cinders. Now it's been a long time since we've done this game, hasn't it?
Yes, very long.
It's been quite a while. So when we last left off, we had been talking to the Shady character who we still don't have a name for.
He really needs a name.
We were inquiring about what was going on between him and Carmosa and what the whole deal with that was. Also that other guy's involved, Tobias, was his name right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we're gonna try to figure out what's going on with these guys. We can try to appeal to his morals to figure out what's going on, except, look at him. What morals does he have?
He's shady.
He's shady character. He doesn't have morals, that's why he's shady character. We could threaten him, but I don't know about you, but Cinders doesn't really strike me as the imposing type.
No, not really.
Although she could use her connection with the guard. Maybe against him? I'm not sure.
Or the voodoo lady.
That as well. Or we could just focus on the connection with Carmosa, which to me seems maybe the most straightforward approach.
Yeah, to me too.
So let's give this a shot, see what happens.
It's all fine and beautiful what you've told me, but there are so many things missing, my friend. Like, why is it so important for Carmosa that the ball will be a masquerade? But what puzzles me even more is how come you knew it'd be interesting for her in the first place? You would have to know her pretty well to figure that. This has something to do with your past, doesn't it? You've been working for her for quite some time, haven't you?
Huh. Fine, there is one thing. A wee detail. Really, nothing.
Really? Nothing?
I knew this rumor would be worth a lot for the lady, you know? I know her and know what she's like.
So you did work for her before. What did you do?
Do you really want to know? I might have given her a hand earlier, with the ball, love, so she could get in.
How?
The goose and her ducklings weren't exactly invited. The lady asked me to help them.
Help them how?
Oh, let's just say it required a bit of quality craftsmanship.
You mean you forged invitations for them?
Ah, interesting. Me? Sure I didn't. Me talents knowing folks with talents of their own. Got them invitations from a friend. Reckon the old lady's a bit dim, if she thought nobody noticed she got in with fake papers. But hey, who is me humble person to doubt a noble lady in her ways of spending money?
And that's how you learned how important the ball was for her. So when you heard about the masquerade, you told her about that as well. As you said, she could get into the ball with the fake papers, but she would risk getting recognized. Not so much if it's a masked ball, and that's why this information was worth so much to her.
Indeed, that's the way it works, I say. Aye, see? It's only a wee job, a nil. Only natural this bloke forgot all about it, eh?
So this means that she could actually be in deep trouble. Incredible. Carmosa ordered a forgery. This could be my chance.
Hey, don't say anything in front of him.
I know, really.
Oh wait, lassie, you've been listening? Can I go now? A man can only handle so many stressful events in one day, you realize?
This could be my leverage. What? Oh, yes, you can do what you wish. You already helped me a lot.
Excuse me as I'm plotting my ways of getting revenge after all these years.
Oh, Carmosa, your secrets really are your greatest weakness.
You're talking like one of those villains in a James Bond movie that has to tell every little bit of their plan.
So all in all, he's really good at evading uncomfortable questions. I have to give him that.
So, you managed to procure forged invitations of good enough quality to fool the guards at the royal castle. This is surprising.
Is it? I've assumed he simply knows the right people, like you said.
Oh, of that I'm sure, especially now. But he never gave me any reason to think about him as anything more than just a vagabond, a crook, and an altogether shady character. Well,
wow.
that pretty much puts it best now, doesn't it? Perhaps there's more to him than just that ridiculous hat? I'll tell my men to look into that.
Shouldn't you be looking into Carmosa's case instead? She is involved in forgery after all, and her motives remain unclear. And as for the man's hat, I think it looks adorable, all things considered.
Really now?
A hat is adorable?
It would seem that when it comes to policing the town, and hats, we don't see eye to eye.
Ha ha.
I cannot start an inquiry targeting a noble family on the basis of hearsay. For all we know, we can't trust that man's testimony. Well, he is a shady character.
And if it is true, what then?
Then you need to follow the letter of the law and file an official accusation. which would include proof of some sort. Since you're of noble blood yourself, your word would weigh against hers. It would be regarded as a noble's dispute, and given a priority in the court.
Swift justice only for the highborn. Would she be imprisoned?
Forgery is not a very serious offense, and again, she is of noble blood, so it would be considered of even less significance. However, depending on the strength of the proof, she would be arrested and put into prison for some time, yes? I doubt the sentence would be anything more than symbolic. Too severe a punishment would surely cause an uproar amongst the houses. But symbolic might be just enough to...
destroy her reputation.
Oh, snap. Indeed, hypocrisy is a value among the old houses. If there's something they value more than their freedom to misbehave, it is the freedom to punish one of their own for doing it badly. Lady Carmosa's reputation would die during her first night behind bars, and would probably never recover.
I see, and what of the house and my sisters? What would happen to them with their lady gone?
I'd reckon that one of the sisters would have to take her place and become the head of the house, although Carmosa's infamy would surely cast a shadow over that girl as well. Cinders, listen to me. I think I know where this is going. You're obviously thinking of using this against your stepmother.
Well, and what if I am? I admit that the thought has crossed my mind. Do you think it's a bad idea?
If you're asking the captain of the royal guards, then no, I don't. As the prince's subject, you should report information like this to someone like me, such as the letter of the law. However, law isn't everything, and you should also use your own reason to make your own decision. For example, consider the fact that your man might be lying. And also, consider this. No matter what the crime, an accusation of a noble is always serious, and can have serious consequences. Are you sure you want this for Carmosa?
I know, it does sound serious. Her whole life would be basically ruined by this. I do need to think this over. Maybe I'll have a walk. It usually helps me to see things with clearer mind. Anyway, thank you for listening to me, and thanks for your advice.
Well, why do I have the feeling this is not going to be an easy decision?
It's astonishing what a simple walk can do to one's spirits. If I'm going to miss the freedom to do something, then above all else, it's going to be the freedom to wander about wherever I please. When I walk with no specific goal, no destination, I can just switch off and observe my thoughts jumping into their little drawers. With each step, I can feel my muscles relaxing. And strolling through the market has its moments too. I saw the most gorgeous shoes.
Really now?
Not that I can
Now's not the
ever
time for
afford
that.
them. They were crazily expensive. I get that they were imported from the eastern lands, but at that price they should be made of diamonds and dragon skin. Who buys something like that?
I know.
I mean, I know I would if I could, but that's beside the point, right?
I never got the appeal of shoes, man.
Ah, forget about it. No reason to dwell on such things.
What is the appeal of shoes? You tell me.
They match your outfit.
Yeah, I get it. It always has to be about matching, doesn't it?
I still haven't decided what to do with my newly gained knowledge.
I don't know what to do about this either. We're gonna have to make a decision about this, aren't we?
Everything about this business screams that I should use it as leverage, but I don't know how. Not yet. At least it gives me some space, some secure distance from Carmosa, knowing that I know about one of her precious secrets. It's getting late. I should be heading back home. Time to say goodbye to freedom.
Goodbye, sweet freedom. Oh, wait. Hello there, Cinders. I did not expect to see you around the town at this time. You just saw us before, and we told you we were going for a walk around town. You're still wondering about what that man said, do you? So it sounds like you were expecting to see us after all. Trying to be all sneaky.
Yes, I took a long walk, and while it helped clear my head, I'm still not sure what to do.
I can't say I know exactly how you feel, but my experience tells me you shouldn't push it. These things take time.
I'm beginning to think the same. And what are you doing here, Captain?
I was just about to begin my evening patrol.
I thought it's a potato.
No, it was not a potato. It'd still be at the bar then. Although with this kind of weather, you could compare it to going for a walk. Oh.
Ooh.
We can go for a walk with him too. What do you think about that?
I think we must.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's see what happens if we go on a walk with the captain. Even though we should be getting home, it's late outside after all.
Sounds lovely indeed. Would you mind if I accompanied you? Hope it isn't too dangerous.
Dangerous? Hardly. But are you sure? You said you've just spent the afternoon walking about, and the patrol route is quite long.
Don't worry about me. I'm stronger than I look. Besides, this is my last day of freedom. I'd rather make it last as long as possible. Lady Carmosa is coming back home tomorrow.
Big Red?
What was she gonna call her?
I don't know. I see. Now I understand the long face. Very well then. You may come with me. But be warned, I will not change or shorten the route if you're tired. It may not be the most demanding duty there is for a soldier, but it is a duty still.
Oh, don't worry. I can be very militant if there's a need for it.
Well, there may be need for it.
Some of my witty riposts and well-aimed grimaces could be classified as weaponry.
Really now? Ha! I had no idea you're such a menace. I can only hope I won't end up arresting you for possession of lethal irony.
Oh my god, this is painful.
Oh,
Can you guys stop?
my captain.
Thank God.
Oh, we're still on the wall.
Look at how pretty the sky is.
It is nice out. I'm glad we stayed up late.
And I am ashamed to say I have failed miserably at this attempt at being a guard.
What do you mean? Is something wrong?
My feet are killing me, and I thought I had a chance at this line of work.
Really? When? You've walked almost the whole route already, and it seemed a fine patrolling job to me. The town is safe, calm, nothing happened on your watch. Isn't that what matters?
Does anything dangerous ever happen on these routes? Because if so, I must admit I am disappointed with our walk and its unfulfilled potential for adventure.
Well, there's that one time I had to stab a man, if you forgot. Well, no. It's almost always uneventful.
Then I really feel like I have accomplished something today. But if these patrols don't change anything, why do you do them?
To make sure things don't get out of hand, that's the point. You know, securing the town, having not a military, but at least some lawful presence to discourage that kind of thing. I did not say they changed nothing, Cinders. Maybe it is because of them that the town is peaceful, see? Maybe something will happen and the town is going to need me to be here.
Good point. Like that kidnapping the other day.
That
it was
so
good you were
easily
around.
forgot about. Yes, but whatever happens or does not happen, these patrols are my duty, Cinders. Written generations ago to keep this town in order. So that is what I will do.
Does your duty make every choice for you? It even dictates how you spend your evenings. One might think you have no clue what to do when duties are done. Duties.
I did make one choice, to become a guard. I do accept my duties as they are a consequence of who I am. You don't seem to accept the concept of duty in general, though.
They say duty too many times.
It's fine, I mean, I can understand. From what you've told me about your house and its rules, you are bound to dislike your duties. Oh, look who's being immature this time.
Isn't that almost by definition? Duty is something you have to do.
Well, that is true.
Not want to do,
At
not
least once a day.
chosen. How can you like an obligation like that?
That is how it is for you, as Carmosa took over your house and life. For me, it's different. I have chosen and accepted my duties, or maybe chosen to accept them. I see the purpose of my duties, and I'm glad I can contribute to it. And if I can have a pleasant walk every evening, as a means to uphold order in this town, is it really that bad?
When it pours or snows, the pleasure must be doubled.
Okay, you've got me there. Though the town does look better when all the dirt and these clashing colors are covered by snow, or at least smudged by the rain in your eyes.
So you honestly like protecting the sleepy, dirty town? I distinctly remember you saying that you miss the past, the time of battles. Where do your patrols fit into that?
I do whatever is necessary. If the times demand I walk the town, that is what I will do. But yes, I do prefer the thrill of a battle, and times when heroism had its use.
I can't figure you out, Captain. 1 minute you stop to show me a magnificent view of the evening mist over the lake that unfolds from the palace stairs. A minute later you admit killing is more preferable to you than such an evening stroll.
I do prefer battle, but I certainly did not say I preferred it over this evening stroll in particular.
Oh.
Oh.
Thank you. So, are you a warrior or a poet? Or a killer poet,
Or
maybe?
a warrior poet. Oh, I would be an awful poet, I assure you. In fact, you may be right. My poetry would probably kill.
So you're not even going to try? Oh, come on. Roses are red, violets are blue.
Ugh. If you break the law, then I'll kill you?
Oh my god.
Wow, Perrault. That was lovely. As you can see, not a poet. But then again, why do you think killing and poetry exclude each other? That's child's way of thinking. I've seen cruel crooks that wrote delicate poetry, and not all warriors are mindless brutes.
You're right. I'm sorry. I never said that, but okay.
That's okay, but please understand, I do not enjoy killing. What makes me feel good is the sense of proficiency at something, of being useful. I can see the value of freedom, but the notion of having a purpose is what works for me and makes me happy.
It's nice to see someone content with what they are, where they are, and what they do. Maybe the fact that I enjoy breaking the rules is caused by the fact that I myself am not.
Ah, but I broke a rule by inviting you to go on a patrol with me, and I did enjoy it very much.
I'm glad, and if I offended you by questioning your way of life, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be rude or nosy.
Yeah, how dare you start questioning this guy's way of life? By no means. There aren't many people I can talk to about such things. And how can you think things through if you don't let them be questioned? So thank you. I was a bit skeptical beforehand about patrolling together. Now I regret we can't do that more often. Oh man. Look at these options. Look at these options. What say you?
I'm afraid of her seductive, like what she would say if she were acting seductive.
You're a bit nervous about that.
I feel like she would fuck it up, and he would
she?
just like laugh.
How do I save? Oh, I don't think I can save now. Oh wait, I can. So, tell me more of your thoughts.
But if I were to pick friendly, would that like lock it in that we're only friendly with him?
I don't know.
You know? Like, I don't want to lock into...
I know what you mean. I feel like we have to go the seductive route.
Okay, but it's probably gonna be shitty.
You think so?
Well, did you hear their just banter before? It was so bad.
But I'm making an attempt to be seductive. I don't know if it'll go well or not. Let's see.
Ah, but the pleasure is all mine. Though I do feel the pleasure should be mutual at most times.
Oh, she has the worst lines ever. Wow. You certainly have a way of making a statement.
But honestly, you are a very interesting man. I am surprised I didn't have to elbow my way through a crowd of young women here. Strength and mystery in a man usually attracts them like honey lures wasps.
Oh, do they?
They attracted me, haven't they?
But then such a confident, beautiful, and smart woman as yourself is bound to have a circle of admirers at her whim. That is what men search for.
Do they really?
Of that I'm sure. I've just had no luck in finding such a person yet. But that does not mean that I admire such qualities less.
What can I say? On a different note, I've noticed something today. When you and Madame Guide spoke earlier, you seem quite familiar with each other.
I owe her my life. Such an experience does bring people closer, and creates a bond, maybe for life even.
Really? What happened? Sounds like there's an interesting story behind it.
I was just doing my duty. I led a small group against brigands terrorizing the forest. Got separated while chasing their escaping leader. I got him eventually, but he managed to wound me. I lost consciousness there, in the middle of nowhere. Madame Guide was out searching for herbs when she found me.
You could have bled to death.
Yes, but Madame Guide took me to her hideout and nursed me back to health, and I will always be grateful for that.
Sounds almost like a fairy tale. All that is missing is a romance and a they lived happily ever after ending.
Well, at least part of that did happen, but it was no fairy tale, so we did not live happily ever after. This was a real story of bloodstains and pain. And...
romance? Wait! You were actually with Madame Gade? The wise and mysterious one? Romantically involved with the ominous witch of the woods?
we could have been getting tips from her about this the whole time. I'm sorry if I have spoiled the story and the characters for you, but I'm not a dark and brooding knight. Madame Gade is not an unearthly being. We were just human.
You were, and now you're not. I know, I'm sorry for stereotyping again. It's just so hard to imagine Madame Gade in love.
I don't think it was love. We were both lonely and fate brought us together. Companionship might be a better word for it. I'm sorry if that offends you.
No, I guess I've never thought about Madame Gade as of someone that could be lonely, or with any other human weakness for that matter. She appears to be so strong.
She is strong, and a good woman, so it'd be a shame to see the prejudice win and drive her away from yet another town. But what you said surprises me, really. Seeing just one side of her seems unfair as well. Plus, the two of you seem so alike in so many ways. Uh-oh.
Because you can never miss while comparing a woman to your former lover.
Uh-oh.
Ooh.
I'm sorry. I told you I am no poet.
Don't mention it. I actually do admire Madame Gade quite a bit, and I guess now I can see her in a different light. Both of you.
A bit less mystery, a little more of reality. That is just the way it is. I'm sorry.
You're right, and I'm the one who's sorry. I did not mean to offend you.
You didn't. Now if you'll excuse me, I have to go to the palace. The reporting duties call. Back to duty. Thank you for accompanying me. You're one of the most interesting and beautiful girls I have ever met. Can we see each other again and talk? Oh, it worked.
Yes.
Yes, of course, sure.
Sure.
Of course we can see each other again and talk.
Thank you. I have enjoyed this walk immensely, too. I will try to arrange it so we can meet again, as difficult as it may prove.
Oh, I believe you can accomplish anything if you want to.
Thanks for the confidence.
I look forward to meeting you again then. Anyhow, if you decide to do something about what that vagabond said today, or even if you just want to discuss your options further, do come and find me.
Thank you very much, Captain. I will.
I really need to go. Goodbye, Cinders. Have a nice night.
You too, Captain. Good night.
Wow. Alright, I think that was a successful night. What do you think?
Yeah.
But it looks like we have no option but to head to the residence next. Oh, goody. I'm sure we'll be in for all the good things when we head back. Anyway, until then, take care, folks.
Bye.